Hey guys, how you doing? Captain John with Bender Ross Fishing Charters. Today I'm going to show you guys how I rig up my setup with using a planer board to troll deep water between 60 and 150 foot, targeting king mackerel, mahi, marlin, sailfish, just about anything that patrols those waters. This is how we rig it up, and this is how we catch them. Okay. This planer board right here, it's actually an Old Salty planer. You can look them up on Google. This is a number 12 planer. My favorite planers are between a number 8 and a number 12. Those are the two. Well, not between them, but a number 8 and a number 12. Those are my two different types. This is a number 8 planer right here, and this is number 12. Okay. When dealing with the size of the planer, like when I say number 8, I'm not talking about the actual planer board. I'm talking about the weight. All right. And number 12, you're talking about the weight. So all planer boards that come in different shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter what you use. Whatever feels comfortable for you, your setup, and your boat. That's what you should go with. But as for me, you know, I like these Old Salty planers. I had a buddy give them to me, and ever since he gave them to me, I've just been using them, and that's what I'm going to stick with. If I lose these, then I'll just go online and get me some more from Amazon, and I'll just keep rolling Old Salties, mainly because I know how to set them up real well, and I know how to find the depth that I want to fish. So again, we're going to be fishing 60 to 150 foot of water. All right, and the way we do this is, well, I wasn't really prepared, so hold on. I didn't plan on doing a video today, but as I was rigging up, I said, well, you know, I might as well just do a video for my YouTube channel. Hey guys, if you can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as most of you know, the likes and subscribes, that's how you get better ratings on your channel. But to me, you know, it doesn't really matter, but YouTube tends to be a little easier and better to upload and stuff like that when I have more likes and subscribers and this and that. Okay, so right now I'm pulling off my old line from my last trolling session. You don't have to change your line every time you troll, but when you catch fish, it ends up like this, and it's kind of a crappy situation to just keep using the same line over and over and over again. Sooner or later it's going to break. When you're trolling, a lot of times you'll get on reefs, you'll get on wrecks down below, depending on how deep you're trolling, and what's below you. And when you do, it'll fray your line, and once your line's frayed, I mean, it's just a matter of time before it breaks. All right. So on my rod and reel setup, this is a Penn Senator right here. I've got a 80-pound monofilament line on my main line with a large swivel. All right, 80-pound main line, large swivel. All right, what I like to do, the easiest way I have found to do it, is always go by my local bait and tackle shop. Hooked up tackle, everybody's got their own favorites. This right here is a 150-pound test. All right, 150-pound monofilament line. And I'm gonna run this from my main line, and then I'm gonna run probably 50 to 70 foot around my yo-yo, which is what I call a yo-yo, okay? Around my yo-yo, and store it for later, all right? And then from my yo-yo, I'll connect it with a swivel to my planer board with a clamp swivel, all right? So the way I do this is I just, pull off however much line I need. All right, and from my main line and my big swivel, I'm gonna run 5 to 8 loops in it. So twist about 8 times, run it through the eye, and then back through the secondary eye that it made. Pull it tight, as tight as you can get it. All right, like so. And then go ahead and throw you another overhand loop in it, just to keep it from coming loose, all right? Now you got to keep in mind, as you're trolling, guys, you're going to lose lures, you're going to lose line, you're going to lose fish. That's just part of it. But is it worth it? To me, absolutely. Because as you're trolling, you're targeting the big species. You're targeting the fast species, the ones that got all the teeth. It's just a blast, guys. All right, so like I said, I'm going to pull off about 50 foot. Man, I got these crazy twist ties on here. I was trying to be organized with this stuff, but these twist ties done got me messed up. I come up with a different way to store my line. So you guys are gonna have to give me a second to get my little twisties off. All right. So about 50 foot of line, 3, 4, 5. All right, about 50 foot of line, cut it. And I guess put your twisties back on if you want to. That's all I got right now to hold my line. So I'll just keep using my little twisty ties. Well, these are little bread ties that I don't like my line not organized, so it's kind of one of them things. You just do what you gotta do. But we're gonna get into the different types of lures and stuff like that that we troll here in a little bit. All right. So once I got my 50 foot, what I do is I take my yo-yo, and all this is, guys, is it's just like a little harness. It looks like it's just let's see, it's called a Gator yo-yo fishing reel. But all it does is keep your line organized, all right? So it ain't all over the place, because you're not gonna be able to roll this up in your reel because of your swivel. All right, so I roll mine up on my yo-yo. And once I get it on my yo-yo, that's when I add my large swivel and my gator clip, all right? And again, 5 or 6 turns, 5 or 6 twists in it. Go through the loop, and then out the other loop. Pull tight. Throw you another overhand knot in it. Pull it tight. All right, and then cut off the excess. All right, so when attaching it to the planer board, the way the planer board works is when you buy your planer board, it should have this little ring right here. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see that. That's a little ring attached to the planer. All right, your alligator clip on the end of your 150-pound test is going to clip to that planer board like so. All right, so when it's in the water, when you're letting it out, and that's why we use the yo-yo, when you're letting it out, it's going to ride through the water like this. All right, and it's going to pull your bait behind it. All right, as a fish bites it, it's going to pull tight and engage like that, and it's going to pull your fish and your lure up towards the top of the water. All right, now when you go to reeling in your fish, as you're reeling in your fish, once you get to your swivel on your main line, you're not gonna be able to reel anything else in. So once you get to your swivel, the rest of it, no matter what you got on your line, it turns into a hand line procedure, and you're hand lining the rest of your line in to get your fish to where you can gaff it and get it in the boat. All right, so as you're pulling your line, once you reel in and you get your swivel to the tip of your rod, all right, you're reeling in, boom, swivel hits the tip of the rod. As you start to hand line, you want to be on the back of the boat, hand lining your secondary line, your 150-pound test, you want to be hand lining it, but as you're pulling it in, pulling the fish in, you're wanting to dump that excess line that you're pulling in back into the water so it'll make a big loop. All right, if you're hand lining and pulling it onto your boat, all it's going to do is it's going to just start jumbling up, and once you get that fish in the boat, he's going to go to flopping around and he's going to tangle up your line. Then your 150-pound test line that you just spent 30-45 minutes rigging up is gone to crap, and you're going to have to do it all over again. All right, so my recommendation, as you're hand lining your fish and your lure in, let that line go to the back of the boat. And once you get a fish on, you don't want the boat, you don't want to stop the boat, you just want to throttle down a little bit and just keep the boat going forward. Now, you're not going to run as fast as you are when you're trolling, because when you're trolling, you're running between 6 and 8 knots. That's the speed you need to be going, 6 and 8 knots. I don't know what you know about a depth finder, or navigation, or any of that stuff for that matter. But if you have a high-speed GPS system or a depth finder in your boat and it marks your speed on your GPS is always measured in knots. So it might say like 6.8 miles an hour, but it's not miles an hour, it's knots. So I don't know why they put the MPH on some of them. Some of your lower end models, that's what it says, but I've seen them and it's really stupid. But GPSs are measured in knots because as you ride in your boat and you got your gauges on your dash, it's going to tell you miles per hour, and that's the actual miles per hour that you're going. But when you factor in the waves coming in towards the bow of the boat, or you're traveling with the waves from the stern up to the bow, that speed is going to fluctuate. So your miles per hour on your dash is not going to be accurate. The miles per hour that's going to be accurate, and the knots that you're moving that's going to be accurate, is going to be on your depth finder. Okay, so always use your depth finder. All right, so we got our 150-foot monofilament hooked up, all right, to our planer. Each planer is going to have this little bitty hole in the back of it. All right, that is where the line from your lure goes. All right, and normally you would want it set up to where you had a big barrel swivel with an alligator clip, so you could just clip it on your planer, and you could change out lures, however you see fit or whatever. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to tie this onto the planer because I don't have another alligator clip out here right now. All right, so what I like to use, it varies on lures, but this is a mahi colored, this is a dolphin colored lure. This will catch just about anything: king mackerel, mahi, sailfish. We've even caught mutton snapper on it. So I know it sounds weird, but we have. But this is what we use trolling. Usually about 60 to 80 foot is when we'll put this on, if that's what we're going to target, something a little closer to shore, probably 5-6 miles offshore. So what we do with this is, before we even attach it and put it out, we'll take strips of bonita and we'll cut strips off of our bonita and we'll hang it off of this. So as it's going through the water, the fish see the lure, but they also have a strip of bonita that comes off. Because the whole point of trolling is to give the fish not a second to think about what they're about to bite, but you just kind of want it zipping past them. So fish have like a one-track mind. They just react. They're like, oh, food. They don't know when the next meal's going to come around. So they'll take off after the bait. They'll smell the bonita and hammer it. And so that's the whole point of trolling. But so anyway, we take this, the line on this ain't but 80-pound monofilament. All right, most lures that you buy like this, whether from H&K Tackle, Hooked Up Tackle, any of the bait shops, they're gonna have most of those lures that you buy, they're gonna already come pre-made with line. It's fine to use that, or you can break it down and put whatever kind of line you want on it. So anyway, it attaches to the back side of the planer board to that little hole that I was telling you guys about. All right, And once you get that attached, you're gonna do it just like you would, you know, tie it just like your barrel swivel. If you don't have any alligator clips or barrel swivels, you can attach the line. You'll hear a lot of captains out there saying, well, if you don't have an alligator clip and you just attach your line to your planer board, it's gonna be all floppy in the water. Guys, you're moving between 6 and 8 knots. That's not fast, but that's got enough pressure on the line to where it's not gonna jump your planer board up and down. So, I mean, if you wanna believe what they say, then that's fine. You can believe what I say, that's fine. It is what it is. All right, so that's our hookup. All right, now all we do pretty much is once we have it all configured, we will store it, reel it up to where my barrel swivel hits the top of my rod, and then I twist on my yo-yo. I twist my excess 150-pound test with my planer board all the way up like this. All right, once I get that connected, I'm going to strap this to my reel, and then I'm going to string up my lure for travel. All right, and the better you organize your stuff, the less likely it's going to get messed up in transport from your house or from the marina to your fishing grounds. But that's how we do it, and you've seen it here. So when you guys go out, if you use our setup and how we do it, well, I mean, it's not our setup, but if you do it the way we do it and you want to leave a comment below, it'd be great. Tell us how it is, share your pictures with us. We love hearing from you guys. And as most of you know, we just moved our charter business from Dauphin Island, Alabama, over to, right now we're fishing Destin, Florida. Still working on our 30-foot Trojan to get it ready for offshore and late night trips. But as of right now, we're running our 21-foot Sea Pro boat, center console, and it's doing great for us, running great. So you guys check us out on Facebook at Ben and Rod's Fishing Charters, or you can call or text us to book a trip at 256-636-2137. We're also on Instagram, and we're also on TikTok at Ben and Rod's Fishing on TikTok. All right, so our TikTok videos have nothing to do really with our business. They're just videos that we have fun making. They're pretty hilarious. So anyway, guys, see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great week and keep catching, dude.